Earbuds Podcast, presented by Headliner Music Club.
The Earbuds Podcast, episode number 11, and we are live for the first time.
Wow.
It feels great. Yeah, thank
Never
you,
thought
Scratchy.
that this day will come.
I'm just happy to be sitting on the same couch as you. We're just as who usually sits here? But this is a different set.
Well,
normally.
the guest usually sits there, so you know.
Okay,
kind of fucked it up.
Then you have Deluxe sitting.
Deluxe is here. I'm across the way, but this is, you guys don't recognize it, it's the Fourth Meal podcast, and you know.
And we included a panda, and we also included a brand new guest. His name is DJ Juan.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Originally from New York City, he has migrated over to LA across the country, and he is doing a lot of big things with SoundCloud. So we wanted to bring him onto the pod and ask him all the crazy questions. And the stuff not too well, yeah, but within reason. But we're gonna dive into some of that on this episode. Also talking about the new Drake drop that he did. We have the Vultures part 2 that came out. A little recap from Lollapalooza in Chicago, which I was at, and that was a lot of fun and hot. Sneaky Slappers. We are in LA, so it's the Hollywood edition. We're gonna go over what movie songs are actually bangers. I thought that's
I don't know why that sounds so weird.
What is that? Is that
hot soundtracks?
Hot soundtracks. Okay, and also soundtracks. We're doing the whole soundtrack. I thought it was just a song.
Well, I mean, it's still one song is still a soundtrack, right?
No, one song.
Or is it the full thing?
It's a song. One song is a song, right?
It's a TV tune. Remember those old records, those TV tune records?
Yeah.
I actually have the CDs of those stuff.
The theme songs. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so we're doing that on this episode. Also, what's the scenario if you had to play a mini West Coast set? What are your songs that you would throw in that? And then your edit submissions that you guys have thrown at us. We've gone over all of them, so thank you. And yeah, we got that. Big shout out to the light guy from Sidebar.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but Neil.
Fernando, right?
Fernando.
Okay. Fernando.
Yo, he's a homie, man.
Fernando.
He would randomly send me edits of like a recap video of like the night before when I was at Sidebar. I'm like, you made a video?
That's
In like
dope.
24-hour turnaround and like.
No, like he'll do it in like fucking.
That night.
Yeah, like 30
That's
minutes.
dope.
I don't know.
He
He's
did
a whiz kid.
He did this like really dope visual of our logo, and that he made it look amazing.
He was like,
and
it's a surprise. He was like, I don't
Yo,
want to show
our
it to you.
three faces combined. Let's not like yo.
it was like a morphed face.
I was always wondering if we made a baby.
I was like
what it would
part
look like.
Asian. I was like part Asian on one. And
man.
No, it was.
I was like, damn,
pretty ugly.
shady.
And look, it was cool. So thank you, Fernando. Also, Lucky Liam, shout out to him. Bobby Boucher and Triple XL. They just. I was doing a country place, and they were just lacing me up with all these country records that I need help with. So thank you to those guys. And then we have our boys in the studio, June Cash. Our
strip club extraordinaire.
Strip club. Yeah, so the
plug.
we want to know what songs that pop off in a strip club. We usually hit June up, and he can give us that info.
What makes you throw money, June? That's what I want to know. But don't answer that yet.
Yeah.
We'll get to you later.
We'll get into all that. Catching up with everyone. 5. I know you went to Chicago and had a great experience out there.
Man, I didn't know what to expect. I played at Goodnight John Boy. I was supposed to do the new venue,
The country one, yeah.
the country one, but it was double booked last minute. Dante moved me to Goodnight John Boy. I'm like, look, it's disco and sing-alongs. I'm like, really? All right, I'm into that. And Bobby Boucher actually helped me out. He sent me a list, and like a lot of the songs I had on my sing-along playlist already. So I was pretty much ready to go. I played on Serato because I figured, I didn't want to stress out with the USB and with the setup. But man,
I think you were saying it too. I think it's like probably the most fun. Consistent, like just places that are fun, but then there's like certain weeks you get like slow weeks, whatever. It's constantly
like I'm talking about like all sing-along bangers I love, like Sabrina Carpenter, from ABBA to Dirty Bit. Shout out to Neil for that one. But yeah, man, it's probably the funnest club I played at almost ever. Like,
Yeah,
it's
good night,
up
John
there.
Boy. Big shout out to everyone over there, and
Yeah, man.
Forward and Dante and all those guys.
Yeah.
That place is a lot of fun. And I think they just opened up in San Diego.
San Diego
Yeah.
just opened last weekend.
Yeah. So that's awesome. And then you were in ATL as well, right?
ATL did Tongue and Groove.
Love those
How long has that
people.
place been there?
Legendary. 30 years, I think.
Yeah.
That's unheard of for
And
a
it's
nightclub.
probably the only like a true open format club too, like
Yeah.
out in Atlanta. And I played almost the same set as John Boy with more rap.
Nice.
And it's
Nice.
good times, man. Shout out to Janie, Weapons, EU, all the homies over there. You know, and shout out to the pandas out there too. Oh, pandas!
Oh
here.
wait, the pandas
Did you go to
are
the
in
zoo?
Atlanta?
That was
I
the
thought they
zoo.
were DC.
Yeah, there's a zoo. I went to
Dude,
the
they're-
zoo in Atlanta. I went to DC and they got shipped off the weekend I went to go see pandas, and then I flew down Sunday to go see pandas in Atlanta because there were only 2 left in America.
Dude, ever since he said the panda thing, my Instagram feed has just been pandas like
Pandemonium.
yeah, no, yeah, dude. You know, like the Discover page, it's just like pandas are getting transported here. There's more pandas. I'm like, why am I seeing all these pandas like flooding around? Yeah, so the thing's listening to us.
So, I mean, this fits the theme. of the
Yeah,
panda.
this is
Bro, my boy Stevie Dapp, who he listens to the podcast. He bought a T-shirt. He's like, I'm a panda. After the whole
Nice. That's my
we can't be
dog.
panda.
oh yeah.
That's my new best friend.
Stevie Dapp. Yeah.
So big shout out to the pandas. Neil, you were in. Speaking of San Diego, you were in San Diego. Sidebar.
It's
You had the
actually
cheeseburger.
What is it? The
Side burger.
Side burger.
Yeah.
Shit is bomb. I took a picture of it. I mean, I never post anything on my grid, but that one was posted.
I always give clubs like they have good food. That's just
Yeah.
you're automatically in the top.
And Chaos is back there cooking it for you
Really?
at the end of the night.
Big shout out to Chaos and thank you for the burgers, man. Like, yeah, I'm in San Diego this weekend and I'm gonna go over there to
Yeah.
make sure I get a burger.
Yeah,
too,
those burgers are no joke. Those
Yeah.
things are so
Tell him
good.
Neil sent you.
Yeah.
Burger, yeah, I'm a big burger guy. So
Yeah, but I actually don't play on the West Coast too much, and that was like kind of nerve wracking. And then when I got in there, that shit pops off.
That's another
Sidebar
good room,
pops
man.
off.
That's another great room, yeah.
Yeah, you literally can. Once you got them, you can almost go anywhere
Yeah.
with them.
we could talk about where else you were this past month, and I think that was Chicago, but you didn't bother to tell me that you were gonna be in Chicago. So that
Wait,
was fun.
hold up. He came and he didn't tell you anything?
No, it was like messed up. Like I'm in the club.
Neil.
And this guy like walks behind me and he's like, hey. I'm like, first of all, it's like the creepiest thing you could ever do. And then he's just like,
That sounds just like Neil too. Hey.
yeah, he goes, hey.
Hey, what's up?
No excitement at all. I'm like,
Come around here often?
I haven't seen Neil.
Are your nipples
I think
sweaty?
like,
No. Do you have hair on your nipples? Like, all guys have hair on their nipples.
I don't have hair on my nipples. Why do we keep talking about this?
Well,
This is
anyway.
so Neil comes out of nowhere, scares the shit out of me. He's like, hey, what's up? I haven't seen Neil in probably like 5 years.
Oh
And
my God.
Yeah, and I was like, because I was starting to think like in person, like we see each other
Yeah.
and like we do the
Computer,
podcast and on the phone or talk on the phone. But I'm like, yo, and he didn't even like give me a heads up that he's gonna be in Chicago or like anything.
Funnier part of that story is Spider actually texted me and was like, yo, I'm over at this one spot, this one spot that just opened, this country bar. I was like, oh, dope.
Yeah, welcome to the
So
phone.
I walk in there, it was me, Pigpen,
Pigpen, such a good name.
yeah, and it was
That's an
a
awesome
couple
name.
other people. We walked. Oh, it was me, Danny Kim, Pigpen, and one of Pigpen's friends. I walked in there to see Spider,
Not
and
me.
you
So
happened
you're-
to be there.
So you ran into me. I'm just finding this out now. You ran into me by accident. And you
I
didn't
looked
say
at it,
what's
like,
up.
oh, what's up?
You were trying to avoid me. In my city, the city that I live in, you were trying to
No.
avoid
Yo,
me.
Jersey, you would have never known that he was there.
No,
had you
I
not
didn't.
seen
No,
him
I'm,
that
no, I'm
night.
dead serious. I go, what are you doing
I've been
here?
in Chicago a few times, and you just are not around.
But you don't
So I
text,
just like,
you
know
don't
what?
text me though. It's
But-
not, you just it was just kind of a check-in. It would have been nice.
Can we talk about this off air?
No, well now I'm upset because
'Cause I
now
feel like this
you
is
didn't
gonna
tell
be-
me you were just going to see Spider. You didn't say
no,
that. Now I'm like upset about this.
We're gonna
Spider
have to
wanted to
talk.
see me, and like I was just like, you know what? We're both in the
We're
same
done.
city.
We're done. That's it. Anyway, that was
over
Lollapalooza
it.
weekend.
It's the last pod, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's been real.
Lollapalooza weekend. I was in Chicago for that. That was a wild. If you've never been to Lollapalooza or if you ever
I
experienced
haven't
it.
gone in a couple years, but man.
I ran into 5 randomly too. Remember?
Oh,
when you
yeah.
found me by
Oops.
this guy. That was like 3 years ago. Bob doesn't tell me.
Theme going
There's
on.
there's 115,000 people at this festival. This guy just trots up. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "What are you doing here?" Like, dude, no one tells me.
Maybe it's not us.
Do you guys avoid?
Maybe-
I feel like you
maybe
guys
it
are
isn't
avoiding me.
us.
Right?
I think they're trying to surprise you.
Yeah, now I'm starting to think of everything, and this is messing me up. That I'm like, you guys have never given me the heads up at all. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the catch up. I'm glad you guys
Sorry,
are.
bud.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. Man.
But we always got the pod.
Yeah, man.
We always got the pod.
We got the pod. Yeah. So I'm glad we're doing it live too. So
Yeah.
now we're all all in person. This
And
is
we
good.
all called each other on this one.
Yeah. All right, let's go over the charts real quick. HMC charts. Let's do this. We have Side Piece, Baby Keem, Nova acapella intro is number 1. Charlie XCS,
Good one.
Billie Eilish is Guess.
Banger.
Is that a big?
Big.
At John Boy, the biggest song.
Okay. Got that Guess. All right. Make sure you guys grab that. Cashmere featuring Dajae versus DJ Catch, Brighter Days, Nova Killer Edit.
Nova's on fire.
I love Nova.
Big
Nova's,
shout out to Catch.
Nova's another guy that always avoids me. Every time I'm in Vegas, I'm like,
Well,
yo, man.
No, he doesn't
wanna
make
grab
eye
food?
contact. He's like, he gets nervous.
Well, I
He's
know
like
the eye contact thing, but it was like, this guy,
call him
he's
Nervous
going to be
Nova.
upset that you're saying this. By the
No,
way.
he knows
but
I
like-
call him out on it.
No, but no,
Like,
the
hey,
dude,
guys.
I'm like, yo, want to grab food? He's like, oh, I'm so busy. And I'm like,
That sounds like
I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, you just want to grab, like, we grab some quick? He's like, no, I just can't. And he just like runs off. And it just,
And HMC is working.
dude, I guess. I don't know. So shout out to Nova. We love you.
There's a reason why he's always on these charts.
Yeah.
Because he's always busy trying to be on these, maintaining these
avoiding
charts.
me and dinners. I don't know. Number 4 is AYBO. Certified? ABO certified HMC Club Edit.
He's, yeah.
Fisher and Flo Dan Boost Up. Number 5, Rihanna, Daft Punk, Only Girl, the Fashion Around the World Edit. Number 7
edit.
is Drake, Young Thug, 21. It's Up.
Yeah.
That's off of the 100 gigs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Drake and Lotto, Housekeeping Knows. That's another one. You guys playing that? Anyone?
I haven't had a chance.
That's actually the first time I've seen it.
Okay. Sebastian Ingrosso and Alesso, Ryan Tedder, Calling, Lose My Mind. That song is like always on there. Rick
DJ's
Wonder.
banger.
Yeah. Rick Wonder. Shout out to Rick.
Yeah, happy birthday, Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out,
Happy birthday,
happy birthday, Rick.
That was like a couple days ago.
You guys
Yesterday.
all knew it was Rick's birthday?
Yeah, it was on social
Yeah, he
media.
texted us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he texted us.
Y'all want to change positions right here?
We texted him. He texted us.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's how we found out.
Thanks, guys. Tinashe and Love Rants Nasty Squared Up blend.
Nice.
So that's the HMC charts for the month. Moving on over the Billboard real quick, we got Shabuzi at number 1 with the bar song. That could be the song of the summer.
We
I
did
don't know,
something
man.
with him.
I was
over-
gonna ask
that.
because
we just did something with him at SoundCloud.
and the only reason I'm saying
yeah.
song of the summer like mainstream.
Not like us.
Move.
Well, I
Adam
mean,
Porter.
he did
no,
take
Move's
out.
not on the mainstream charts.
No.
Then we'll go back to not like
I'm
us.
saying, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
when
Not
they
Like
went-
Us has not been up. Shabuzi's been up there for.
They
a long
went up
time.
head to head in that week, and Shabuzi he took
Thank
him
you.
out.
See, I'm gonna
Took
take.
who out?
I mean,
Kendrick.
See,
That week?
That
Hot to
the-
go.
Because there was also that debate about what is it, the Indian rapper Human, because he beat out Kendrick too, but that's only for that week.
But he's still
Streaming.
consistently right now. Shabuzi.
Shabuzi's like still consistent.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really.
I Had Some Help is number 2. Kendrick is number 3. And they've been on the charts, just so you guys know. Shabuzi's been on the charts for 18 weeks.
Yes.
And Kendrick's 15. So it's not like, they're pretty close to each other. It's not like one's been on there longer, Espresso number 4 is Sabrina Carpenter. Number 5, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather. Thank you, Neil. $1 Million Baby.
That wasn't even me.
Oh, was it?
that was producer.
over there.
Scratchy. It's our first live show. You're messing everything up already.
Oh, we got to give a big shout out to A Minor.
A Minor, what's up?
What up?
He's behind the camera.
This is my first time meeting him, so very nice to meet you, man.
What up, man?
You're gonna be my new friend because these guys do not know how to communicate.
All you gotta
Oh,
do,
not
is,
really.
all you
Text
gotta
you
do is
either.
give him the heads up.
You
You're
don't
coming.
text?
He ain't
gonna
gonna text
come-
you either.
You want to go to lunch sometime because no one else does. $1 Million Baby at number 6. Tommy Richmond. I got Good Luck Babe. Chapel Roan. Just so you guys know,
Chapel
last time
Roan.
I said Chappelle Roan, but that was before we actually knew, and it's been a month, and she's clearly blown up a lot more.
Poppin'.
It's Chapel Roan is number 7, and I'm not trying to say we were onto something, but we did mention that last pod, and
You know who gave me a heads up on that was we had him on the last pod.
I want to say dirty, but
Yeah, Slim. I know. I was gonna. I was about to say Slim McGraw actually hit me. He texted me. He was like, "Yo, look out for that Chaperone. Like, you guys should do some remixes or edits to that.
Yeah.
It's blowing up." Like,
before we had him on the pod or after?
before we had him on the pod.
Oh yeah,
I mean, she was streaming high. I knew
And
of
so
her,
when
but-
he mentioned it to me, I thought it was a country artist. So I looked into it. I'm like, oh.
Well, then you also said the Charlie XCX stuff, and and that was like awkward because I was like, me and Five are like, what? And then you went on I had just listened to the podcast. You had about a 5-minute speech about Charlie XCX.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting crazy.
And how you were upset that people were calling it Brat.
Well, I was
And-
getting requests for Brat, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? I'm looking at it, stressing out. Where the fuck is the Brat song at? And only to find out
Well, it's just validating what we do.
Yeah.
Like we actually are we have something that we actually are on.
we,
Yeah,
li-
it's
we
like-
listen to the people.
Yeah, I think we're onto something here. Teddy Swims at number 9, Lose Control, and Hoser at
Hoser's song is actually viral too. Like,
Too
with
Sweet.
this-
Yeah, it's
Actually,
it's
A
still-
Minor put me on it.
I saw him at Lollapalooza.
he got a remix.
He's dope. Yeah, he's really good. Okay, let's go to the TikTok Billboard. Neil, why don't you read this, Neil?
Nope. I'm not gonna do that.
This is I'm having a really tough time with some of these
Some
pronunciations.
people listen to this podcast specifically to hear you read these names.
That's
off.
not a good thing. I don't know why.
June does.
I just
He was like, yeah.
June, I may need you to help me with some of these. All right, so the Kehlani number 1, but with Jordan
Jordan Adetunji.
Adatunji.
Adetunji,
Yeah.
Adetunji?
Is that, you said it's a big record?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on platform for SoundCloud is pretty big. We featured it on the Lookout Radio last week, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's also a remix with Kehlani on it.
Yeah, that's the one that we just featured is
Yeah.
the one, the remix. And she had like a big moment with him because she actually agreed to come in. He did the song around her and she came on board.
Is this song, is it like a, where's he from?
Good question, because that I don't know where he's from exactly. Everybody's still trying to find out information like about him because like it happened so
bubbling.
quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Alibi.
He's British.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Number 2 is Alibi by June. What was it? What do you say? Save the
We're gonna say
June
alibi.
Said the Lisa? Said the Lisa?
Save the Lisa. I don't know. Is an Israeli artist. But it's number 2. It's called Alibi. Number 3 is Champagne Coast Blood Orange. You guys know
Don't know
that
that
record?
one? No.
No one's.
I know Blood Orange, but
You know
I don't
that?
know that song.
Yeah, I know Blood Orange.
Is
I
it-
don't know that single.
Okay. Yeah, it's called Champagne Coast. Number 4, Tommy Richmond, $1 Million Baby. All right, number 5 is the Apple song by Charlie XCX. What's the Charlie XCX song to play out?
I mean, right now the big one is Guess, but 360. If you don't know Guess, then you know 360, and you just drop that on the first note,
Yeah.
and they just know it.
Echoed it out or, reverb
Nice.
out and boom.
Yes. Okay. You play the original. You play a remix.
Original.
Original. And before that was Von Dutch, and that was the big record. The
This
big
is all on the
first
same
single.
album.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Just Know by Black Mayo is number 6.
Don't know that one.
You don't know. Forever
Oh,
Young
that's
by
like a throwback. Like,
Alphaville is
rap record.
back on the charts. Number
Amazing.
7. That's
It's a banger.
Mamushi.
A banger.
Good. That was
You play
good.
it?
Yeah, I do. That's a banger.
Okay. Megan Thee Stallion, and then BAS, Megan Thee Stallion. You guys play that?
I don't know that record,
that
but
one.
both those artists are big. Kyle
Okay.
Rich is.
Yeah, Kyle Rich is huge.
And
Yeah.
then Big Dogs by
Hanumankind.
Hanumankind. That went viral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Humankind.
Do you know? Is that an old record? New?
New.
New.
It's
Okay.
new.
Well, he's on the charts. Okay, cool. Let's go over to Apple real quick and the Apple City charts. If you guys have been following those, they're pretty interesting. There's a new we were just talking about the LA charts, and Bruno Mars is on there or Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile. I think that just came out. Did it just come out, you said?
Yeah, it just came out, just released.
I still haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
A minor's
They just
shaking.
performed.
He's like, yeah. It's Friday. Okay, well, it's number 1.
Yeah.
Then number 2 was Fruitsa Reda. June.
Oh no. Oh wait.
Fuerza Regida.
Fuerza Regida. Yeah.
Fuerza
That's,
Regida.
That's a Mexican regional
I
band.
can't roll my tongue.
And
I can't do all that.
That's
stuff.
a huge band. That
Yeah.
the Mexican regional space. That's huge. It's like right
NEL,
up there with
the
Peso
NEL,
Pluma
Yeah.
and all
Nick
that.
Ferrer was on top of that record.
Okay. And then Peso Pluma's the next one. The La
La Patrulla.
Thank you.
La
La
Patrulla.
Patrulla. Yes. Man,
We've got a fourth member.
I know Spanish.
I clearly
We
don't.
need to clip this whole segment.
Okay.
I'm here to help.
So number New York. Let's go New York real quick. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. That song is in every city. This was a funny thing about New York. The Drake Young Thug 21. It's Up is number 2.
Yeah, that's the focus track that when they released, they were like, out of everything, that's the one we're working on right now.
They're
We're
actually
focusing.
working that whole.
Yes.
Okay.
There's promotion going.
It's crazy though because it's only three songs on that.
Yeah.
It's like an EP almost.
Yeah.
And then there's like a lot of photos and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just like
photos,
videos.
There's
Yeah,
his
stuff
videos
like
there
that.
too,
Yeah.
and I know his producer. I guess his producer's video came out. I don't know if you guys saw that, where he was talking about like he wasn't gonna release music before the politics and all that stuff was going on, because he thought that if like Biden won, there would be a lot of problems, and he was right. And the video was in that release.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Dang.
where he's talking
So
about
now I
it.
kind of want to. Yeah, I kind of skimmed through the whole thing. I didn't
Yeah.
download the whole.
He called it. He was like, "We're not releasing music because we think that something might go down. If it happens, it's gonna mess up our release. So we
Yeah.
won't do it."
Oh, shit.
Well, that's good to know. All right, cool. Birds of a Feathers, number 3, Billie Eilish. And then Drake, the Blue, Green, and Red. That's number 4. I thought that was pretty
More up-tempo
interesting.
Yeah, that's an up tempo, like kind of Afrobeat record.
Okay. Let me go to Chicago real quick. And I think Chicago had a lot of. This is not really an alphabetical. Oh, yeah, it is alphabetical order. Okay, here we go. Chicago charts. Post Malone, I had some help. You said, okay, this is the one I was questioning. The Real Boston Richie.
Yeah, Real Boston Rich is huge, and June let them know in the strip clubs.
It's a strip club. Strip club record.
From Tallahassee?
Strip club
wow.
certified.
Yeah.
Too bad we can't get the camera to pan over
Yeah.
you. It's like strip club certified.
But yeah, we got to check our strip club expert real quick.
Our strip club correspondent,
yeah.
June.
We'll add that in. We'll do like a whole new clip.
A whole new segment.
Every time we like
Green
talk.
screen a strip club. in the
Remember,
back?
what, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like they phone, like they're like, you use your lifeline. It's like, yo, we need the strip club. You gotta like phone him in. He'll just like pop up on the screen.
We'll
He's
do a
like,
separate video. We'll add him in the edit.
yeah. So okay, so
Yeah, but he's that guy, man, coming out of that.
why is
area.
it big in Chicago and not any other city right now?
No, it's pretty big, man. Like Real Boston Richie, if you listen to hip hop, you know it. People
Where's
in New
he from?
York. He's from Florida, Tallahassee.
Tallahassee?
From like the same area I believe that T-Pain's from. Like,
But weirdly enough, Chicago, I mean, Bossman D-Lo charted in the top 3 in Chicago. Remember when I brought it
Yeah.
up?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
were like, who is that? I'm like, it's on your charts.
and Bossman Dealer is from Miami. He's from south of Miami, like the beach. Like
So
into-
somehow there's like some sort of connection with
Well, it
the
gets
South
really
and
cold in Chicago when you go to Florida a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know if that's
That's
older
not
people.
it.
I don't think that's
I think
like
there's
my
a
parents.
hood,
Like my parents do that. I don't know if
I
they
think there
go
might be
there.
just like a hood connection.
Yeah,
young
I-
people go.
my parents are
they go
definitely not
Miami
the
on
hood
vacation.
connection.
Yeah.
During the winter.
Yeah, the hood
They
connection to
migrate
Florida, and anyway, cool.
The hood connection to
Moving on.
Florida.
Moving on to the next thing. All right, guys, where are we at here? Let's talk about the new Vultures album. Did anyone listen to that? Was that
I like it.
you like? It? Yeah, because
I-
you were posting all of your Instagram.
I mean, there are a couple tracks in there that I could see being played, and they are charting, and that's Field Trip and Fried.
Yeah.
But
A
It
Miner's
took me
just
a-
shaking his head, so I'm just making.
it took a couple. It took a couple listens, but I actually like that album. Like I'm not mad at that album at all. Like it's a good.
I felt like it
listen,
didn't get
start
like
to
the
finish.
best initially when it came out. People were kind of bashing.
I
it,
think he
and
just
then-
like put it out and like.
Yeah. Well, they didn't announce it.
Well, I think that's been the problem with him. With basically when he's releasing music, even we had a problem with SoundCloud because they didn't go into SoundCloud, and so then he did release some tracks under his own profile. But then he switched it up, took it down, and it's a lot of going back and forth with like how he releases the music. And then if the label has something to say and there's like some copyright stuff, they'll pull it down. They can pull it down themselves. They don't even have to ask him. Even though he's doing stuff like independently, but if he's using something that belongs to a label,
Another artist. Yeah.
they're gonna.
That I feel like Chance had that issue sometimes because he was independent, but then they kind of like almost not strong arm, but they're like, hey, if you want this artist on there, you got to give us this or whatever you got to do. So it's like, I think that's kind of like the hurdle some of these independent artists have to go over, where it's like, yeah, you could be independent, but you can't mess with anybody else, or maybe even producers too. If producers are signed, or is that
mostly with the artist? Because when an artist signs to a label, I mean, sometimes they lose focus of the things that they can do. They think they'll want to do like, oh, let me do an exclusive with you and do that. You can't do an exclusive with anybody unless you clear it with the label. The label
they
has
kinda
to
own that
know.
music,
They
they own
own
that
you
artist,
signed to
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I had a situation like earlier this year where there was an artist that's well known reached out and was like, hey, we want to work. I'm like, do you talk to your label?
yeah?
No? Let me know when you talk to them.
Wow.
I can't
Pretty
go.
serious
Yeah,
about
it's
that.
serious. Yeah.
Especially you do all that work and it's like, yo, this can't go anywhere.
Right.
Okay, New Vultures. You said what were the two songs?
Fried and Field Trip.
All right. And then going over the new Drake, what did we say with what you need to do in the new Drake? 100 gigs?
It's up.
It's up.
It's up is the single.
What was the Get Up? There was another one, wasn't there? Did we say Get Up?
Blue and something.
Yeah, it's like blue, green, red or something.
Yeah, but I thought there was okay, so It's Up and blue, green, red, green, or whatever it was, the colors.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapel Roan. I just want to talk about my experience because I saw her in concert at Lollapalooza. She's wild. She's the real thing. And I think she could potentially be like, I don't want to say Lady Gaga. I would say like a next Madonna. That girl is, she has crazy stage presence. Her fans are, they do everything. I mean, they know every word. For an artist that has been bubbling probably since the spring, like, whatever. They know every word to her song. I mean, louder than her. It seems like she's been around almost felt like 5 years. Like she seems like a veteran. Not only what she performs, but the crowd just knowing everything. And I felt left out because I'm like, I like some of her records before going there, and I was like, yo, I thought I was up on this stuff. And she had the biggest crowd at Lollapalooza. I was in the middle of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was
that's crazy. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah. So if you guys saw like the recaps, it was all over CNN and all these things, and she's just massive now. And in the clubs too, like her records are actually. I feel like after that, because she got so much press from the Lollapalooza thing, it really shot her more into the mainstream. People are like, hey, what were some of her records? What should we do or whatever? But I'm seeing a lot more on the charts.
Yeah.
She made it to Billboard now. She's at number 7, so that's pretty massive in the last
I
month.
think that when they do shows, these artists like Coachella and the Lollapaloozas, I think there's 1 or 2 people that come out of that are shining.
Yeah.
She's one of them because I saw so much press. I was like, I don't know a lot about her, but I was like, I want to know more.
Well, they were
about
scrambling to put her on it. She was originally on a smaller stage, and they moved her to the main stage, but it was an earlier time. It was like 3:45 or I think it was 4:45 or something like that, which is like still daylight for her. But that if you when they did like the helicopter zoom out, none of the other stages at Lollapalooza had anybody really there, and you just saw her like it was basically like 115,000 per day.
Yeah,
just
no,
everyone.
I've been there.
At
I've
that,
seen it.
yeah,
Wow.
it's real. So
Trust me,
I'm curious on who were on the other stages.
I feel bad. I don't think they expected that.
I'm trying to understand how you got caught in the middle because I went to Lollapalooza in 2019 and Migos was performing.
I was there too.
And I went
was in the middle.
I went to try to go
Yeah.
there to the middle.
Yeah.
I told my girl, I was like, get the hell out of here. We went to the Red Bull Lounge. I was hanging out on the couch watching the show. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, the Migos.
It gets crazy over there.
Yeah, it does. It was a good time. I mean, like, yeah, the Chapel Roan is she's legit. The next person I want to talk about is Cash Cobain. You guys were just talking about him offline. He said he's bubbling in New York, but he's crossing over.
He's not bubbling. He's probably he's in the top 3 biggest current rappers
What
right
songs?
now.
What songs are the big ones? Still?
Rum
Rum Punch.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the big song the first song that came out from him that like made it really big was Fisher for sure.
Yeah, he did that one, and
then
he did it with
remix.
Bass Swag.
Yeah,
he did the Bass Swag remix.
And then did with Ice Spice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one.
She
that
jumped
plays
on
the
actually
remix.
after that thing was bubbling. She
jumped
jumped
on
on
it.
yeah, and did that.
And then there was Rum Punch. Then there was Drunk Contest. And then there was, and then the Don Toliver Cash Cobain Attitude. That's like the biggest one out of them
That's
all.
the big one.
That's
A
huge.
minor's like at strip clubs.
I would.
Okay.
I think it's starting to go. I think if you were talking
Can you
about
shake your ass
in the New
to-
York
yeah.
strip club, absolutely.
Okay.
Like that
Attitude
because
is the song you're playing.
Where is he from?
Out of everything.
he's from
else.
New York.
Okay.
He's from New York, and actually, it's crazy because he had a show. I don't know if you heard about this in New York. He had a show that got shut down, and the NYPD shut him down earlier this year. So he went and did a show on the street in New York City and shut it down. And the good thing about that is that nobody got arrested. No
But he's
violence
been around
broke
for
out.
a minute though, right?
He's just.
I've heard his name back.
Yeah, he was like in the
a few years
underground
ago.
for a while.
Yeah.
Because I had some. I think I have some of his records.
Yeah.
Well, Neil was talking about him like what 6-7 episodes ago.
No, I'm talking about like.
Oh wait.
Yeah, like Cash. Was
Yeah.
he on something?
Hey, don't even
Was-
give you credit.
He don't care.
He doesn't.
He's
call
just
me.
mad
He
because
doesn't
I
answer
don't
his
text
phone.
him.
He doesn't text me. We just talked about this. I'm not gonna give him any credit.
I mean, he just released right now. Cash just released a new song with Layla. And
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Layla because Layla's signed to SoundCloud through Sycamore in 23.
Oh, nice. Shout out to
And so
Sycamore,
yeah, so they did the new single is out right now. And
Yeah, that
I
charted
think
actually too on I want to say TikTok, something like that.
Yeah,
What was
it's
it?
out there, and I mean, it's getting a lot of love right now. So I think that it's gonna help him. And I heard he's working with Future next.
Oh,
I
geez.
think he's doing something with Future. So I think, he's on that ride right
Yeah.
now. Where, as far as like people have been asking who's gonna come out of New York, right now he's
Is it
that
just?
guy.
But you just play him in hip hop rooms or like mainstream rooms, or is he like? Is he known?
I mean, I'm
or-
doing him. I'm doing.
hey,
Hey, oh, wait,
Hello.
oh, wait.
Wait.
No,
You doing what?
I'm, in New York, I have to play him at pretty much every club.
Everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
it goes off.
I know, like at Little Sister, all that.
Little
like,
Sister,
yeah.
Tao, Star
Okay.
Child. I've played at least one of his tracks.
nice. And that's
Have
sexy
you played?
drill. I
Yeah.
haven't had a
Doesn't
chance.
touch him. Okay.
And
What's that sexy drill? That's what.
Sexy Drill.
That's like.
that was a new category that I'd never heard of before. Sexy
Yeah,
drill.
so
yeah.
it's within the New York drill, but it's referred to as sexy drill. It's more of a play on guys or ladies that want to have fun, they want to party, they want to
Yeah,
like
that's
just
vibes, yeah.
have a good time. It doesn't come with any negative connotations attached
not
to it.
aggressive,
Ex-
yeah.
Exactly,
And
I
it's like
think
him shutting the streets down and no one getting arrested.
and
No
nobody. That's the
violence,
crazy
yeah.
thing that he did that in Manhattan.
Wow.
Nobody got arrested.
People getting their freak
Everybody
on
had
in
a
the middle
great
of the street,
time.
yeah.
And it was just like an outside event type thing that he did. And so right now, him, Bass Swag, and Chow Lee. Chow Lee seems to be another one that's coming. He's from Long Island.
Nice.
So those three. And then the problem, he did a song that he released, and it's like 7 minutes long. And in this song, he has like Fabulous is on it.
Oh damn.
Big Sean, I think, is on it. Like, he has tons. There's like over 8 artists.
That's not the song with
easily.
Layla.
The song with Layla, yeah, right now. It's
Oh,
like a
shit.
7-minute song, and he has features like up the wazoo. Like, you gotta look it up. It's just too many to name. But
On one song.
On one
Oh,
song,
shit.
yeah. It's like, I haven't heard something like this in a while. Like, when's the last time you heard a song on hip hop that had a ton of people on it? I don't know.
You know, the crazy thing is, I don't know if it's just the New York thing, but I feel like that's like a trend now. Not 7 artists, but like even with like 41 Bent, there was 4 artists on that.
Oh, okay.
Another one that's bubbling is Beckham.
Yeah.
That's also, I think, 3 or 4 artists on that one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
And
like,
do you play the whole song like every artist? Or
Beckham
do you
got a
like,
huge reaction.
Yeah.
That's actually on my ones to watch.
wow.
Well,
That's
not this
Who's that
not
again?
this episode.
well, Cash Cobain. Make sure you get his records. All
It's
right.
coming.
All right, new records you guys are playing out. I got Hot to Go. I got that Fashion. Fashion gave me his Thief edit. I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Hot to Go. You got to play that Chapel Roan. And then Glorilla. I think you talked about in the last one that TGIF.
it's the female anthem.
Yeah, it's. Have you played it?
Yeah.
TGIF?
Yeah,
Because I
played
think
it
you were
in
like, no, I
Atlanta,
didn't play it. I was just listening to the last.
You don't
episode.
mix it in, you just drop it on the one and just let it
Yeah.
go.
A minor.
Let it
That's
work.
he's just naughty. He's naughty. Okay, A minor.
Just
says
let
yes.
it do what it's gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Glorilla on
Go use the
TGIF.
bathroom or something. Like, just let that thing go for it.
New records are playing out. Go ahead.
Hot to Go.
You're just gonna have to take that's
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
took mine like the past couple episodes. I'm gonna take one.
Copy off the Asian kid. That's
So yeah, I mean, the first time I played it was at once again
John Boy.
Goodnight John Boy, and I was in Hey Mickey, and shout out to Ramsey, the GM over there. He was like, "Yo, do you have Hot to Go? Hot to Go." It's like, "Oh yeah." Those 2 songs were made for each other.
that's all right. There we go. Neil.
Hold on. Let me refer back to my notes. Big records that I'm playing is Kehlani, the remix.
Oh, yeah.
The Jordan Adatunji.
Adatunji.
Band for Band still big record out there. Guess the remix with Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish. TGIF, Glorilla. You have to play it.
I know.
You have to
Yeah.
play it.
I do.
Like in prime time, not when there's like 4 people in the room.
No, I play it prime time.
Just saying. I'm just letting you know.
Maybe if you came out and you said hi.
And this is another one that like it's not even charting, but like it gets a big Sweet Disposition John Summit.
is that because it was an original?
Yeah, he redid
redid it.
Yeah.
He redid it.
He
Yeah.
redid it, and it gets a huge reaction.
Neil or June's shaking his head. Is that a
Even
big
in the
strip club
strip
record?
club.
Definitely not.
I don't necessarily think. I don't think John Summit when I think of a. Okay. Don, you got anything that's records that you're hearing that's like kind of bubble or they're playing out right now or?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Big Sean just released some music that I just like, just personally, not club stuff.
Yeah.
Just he released a single, Together Forever. I'm digging that. And what else am I listening? Rock 49, another one. Strip club.
Huge. You just sit there with Shazam and like, just
310 Baby, of course.
Yeah.
I like 310 Baby. Like the music that kid releases is all good, man. I don't know. It's just like good music. That's about it.
cool. Ones to watch. I'll just go over real quick. I was doing a country spot and MGK just did this one with Jelly Roll and I don't know. It's that Lonely Road record. Remember
Oh yeah.
like he kind of redid it, but I don't know. It just.
That song's charting right now too, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of liked it. And MGK doing country was kind of a cool twist because he'd come from like hip hop to rock to the country.
MGK, actually a great story with that guy. I actually have a lot of respect for him because when he performed at Lollapalooza the year that I was there, he didn't have like a massive crowd there. And he was like, yo, I don't care there's not a lot of people here, but I'm going to give you guys a concert because you guys came to see me, and he killed it.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that dude's a real
That
artist,
album that
man.
he had, the rock album, was really good.
Yeah.
It was a good
Yeah.
album. It
Yeah.
was.
He's an overall good artist, man.
But the fact that he's like jumping genres and he's doing the country record now and he's doing. Post Malone just did the country thing. I think we didn't talk about that. Did you guys listen to Post Malone?
Yeah.
Country
No,
project.
I haven't heard it yet.
I've heard like it's really really good. So
Yeah, no, I mean, he's doing country. He said he's
Yeah.
crazy because he
Oh,
tweeted 10 years ago that he would do country when he.
yeah, I saw that. He said he's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do like when I get to a certain point in my career, I'm just gonna do country and like chill or whatever. But
Yeah, but I think it's becoming a lot more. I mean, with the Shabuzi doing what he's doing
Yeah.
and all his success, I think that now
you
a lot
can't
of
ignore
people-
country. It's as much as
No.
people. I think there was a time where it was just kind of like I think we talked about in the last podcast where it was like kind of taboo to play country in a club, and now it's like no, just play these records
yeah.
and just figure it
Yeah.
out and get in there and get
Even
out.
like the edits we get all country edits. A lot of Post Malone, you know.
I mean, you got Moneybagg Yo. He just did.
Yeah.
Then we talk about the Whiskey record. And it's good. Yeah,
it's doing great for him.
Yeah,
and I don't think that Moneybagg Yo in any like he couldn't envision something like this happening for him. He's such a hip hop guy, and to do a country song that's like with a great artist and like it's just taking a life of its own. It's right up there with like that single is right up there with is going towards Shabuzi. Yeah, I would say.
Well, he's with Morgan Wallen too. You got that. You got that help. Yeah. But it's definitely a good record. Ones to watch. Which one of you three?
I stole your chaperone, but also Fade. Ones to watch.
Yes. Tell us about this.
We're releasing 3 songs this Friday, so I think we're probably airing next week. The songs will be out already.
Yeah.
And it's Eric and I's project, all house music. And along, we have our label Open House is going to be released.
I love that name, by the way.
HAUS. And we got 3 tracks, Go Down, Make 'Em Bounce, and Go Dumb. All releasing this Friday on all platforms.
Especially SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. I'm posting the save links on Fade's page, Open House page. Go follow. And, just please go support.
We just heard it. Fire.
Certified club bangers.
June?
Yes. Fire?
Strip club?
Yes. Boom. There you go.
Strip club approved.
Shout out to Fade on the new records.
Shout out to Deluxe. He's in the studio cooking right now.
Strip club. Go down.
Go down.
Make 'em bounce.
Yep.
Go dumb.
Oh, yeah.
You live it, yeah. I've seen your stories. You've been living at 11.
Deluxe has tested it at 11. It's a banger.
Ones to watch. Go ahead.
Ones to watch. Oh, Beckham by D Bills and Kyle Rich. I just got this one from Davey D. Popping Out by Charlie 22 or Cherry 22.
I don't even know
Shit
that
is
one.
fire. It's a girl anthem. It's dope. Lunch, Billie Eilish. It also falls in that same, but it's like 134, but it falls into the Charlie XCX sound. But I've been getting requests for that. And then this is another one that, this is maybe strip club certified. JTOK the remix featuring Jerzy. A minor. Drew Cash, both certified. It's old Jeezy sound, and he has the first verse and he crushes it. But then there's another one that's gonna be. This one's gonna be, I think, a big one. The band is called The Dare, and the song is called Girls. I've been getting
Was it random, like indie rock or is it like
it's like rock, indie rock / electro clash. It falls
so
right.
Is it like Peaches type of sound?
Kinda. It's kind of like in the Peaches sound, but it also falls right into the Charlie XCX sound too.
Perfect.
So
what's the band? What's it?
The band's called The Dare.
The Dare. Where
we're having
the song
called
The Dare. All right.
The Dare.
But I've gotten that request from three different places.
Wow.
Don, why don't you tell us since you're Dare's from, I think they're from LA. I don't know. Maybe is it just a guy?
Yeah.
Is that it?
So.
All right. Is there anything that's bubbling that you wants to watch? Things to look out for?
Wants to watch R2R Mo. That's a hip hop artist out of New York. He's doing a lot of work with Skepta out of the UK. He's doing a lot of stuff like
R2R
Mo. R2R Mo. So R2R
Jot
Mo.
that down.
Yeah.
MOE.
Yeah, right here. R2R
Nice.
Mo. He has a single out right now called 9 Lives. Of course, Layla. We already plugged Layla enough, but yeah, keep an eye on her. And I have a young lady out of, I believe, Queens, New York. Her name is Lexa Gates. I just went to go see her perform this past week over at Echoplex.
Yeah.
And she's starting to perform and do shows. But this girl is like, I wouldn't say it's nothing for clubs or anything like that, but as far as hip hop and her take on hip hop, right. She's a Puerto Rican Colombian girl. She's dope as fuck, and she has a following, and it's starting to grow. So Lexa Gates, I would say.
Dope, cool.
Nice.
Moving on really quick. What's the scenario? This is a special West Coast edition since we're in LA. By the way, just so you guys know, the time of this recording, it is the hottest day of the year.
And I feel it right here.
Yeah, because there's no air conditioning currently, or it's just maybe it's just working too hard because we're
working hard.
My
We're staying
knees are
hydrated.
sweaty right now.
Why do
I'm
we
about
keep
to pass
talking
out.
about nipples on this episode?
Dude,
I don't know.
because that's like the main thing that's
I walked
sweating on
in,
me
you guys
right
were
now.
talking about nipples. This is anyway. So what's the scenarios if you do a mini West Coast set? What's your go-tos? And who wants? I'll start it off because this is probably the most just on the surface.
You guys,
records.
California love.
I had California.
This is where you start.
This is where you start if you just need to get by. I did the California Love, obviously. Too Short, Blow Your Whistle, Blow the Whistle.
Hey, yo.
But okay.
Hey, yo.
Really
Scratchy
hot
hasn't
in
said
here.
anything this whole podcast. All of a sudden he's like, yo!
Hey, mine was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Blow the Whistle. And then I got Mac Dre feeling myself too. So I think
blow your
kinda
whistle,
covered.
feeling myself. Got it. Got it.
I'm gonna go. Oh man.
We can't talk
that.
We can't
He's
talk
like,
that.
man, I quit,
Man,
man.
this is why we don't
Yeah,
text
you guys have fun with this podcast.
Right, here goes Jerzy again blowing his whistle.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did we order the food yet?
Oh, man.
I got collard greens.
Damn.
Was that yours?
That was mine.
Oh, all right. Nipsey. Any Nipsey, I guess. But last time that I checked, Vince Staples, Backflip. If you're playing like the IE-ish, you can play a lot of OGZ. That
Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
yeah.
Blue
Yeah.
Bloods Clan.
Yeah, Blue Bloods Clan, yeah.
I don't know the names of these songs, but I'll just play them off the list.
Yeah, I was
Jim
like,
Cash has got the thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
What else? You done with yours?
That's all I got.
What do you got?
I got Soak City. Not Like Us.
Yeah.
New Oakland, if you're in the Bay, possibly San Diego, but definitely in the Bay. So when you
San
when
Diego's
you
not in the Bay.
No.
well, no, because there's like
okay,
this
okay.
weird thing
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're
San
saying.
Diego and San Francisco share. I
Right.
mean, for people that are listening, San Diego and San Francisco share a lot of the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
music,
yeah,
but
yeah.
somehow it bypasses LA. Like not all of it crosses over. It's the
That's
strangest thing.
I know
Would you
what
guys
you
agree?
mean. Yeah.
So if I'm in the
LA's
Bay,
like a melting pot too, though. There's a lot of people that are like,
yeah, but not. It's very evident, like in San Diego and San Francisco, they definitely share a lot of the same trends.
Vegas too turned into a mini Bay.
Yeah.
You know.
I always thought.
Shout out to
that's why-
Ozzy.
That's where my playlist came from. What
But yeah, so if I'm in the Bay, it would be New Oakland, Mr. Fab, and if I'm doing just like cool guy parties, I guess, or if I'm just like throwing a left turn, I would do "See You Again," Tyler the Creator.
ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great.
Don, you got any?
Tyler. Man, anything Tupac, yep, is going down. Anything with Snoop going down. Anything with Mustard, man. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think that Mustard hits
Yeah.
any duds. So I think
Yeah.
anything that he drops, like, you know that shit's going to ring out.
He's on fire right now.
How's Parking Lot doing here?
Good.
Is it
good.
good?
Yeah. And
I
you
got a
just-
couple
No,
requests
it's like
for it.
so. The energy is just like throws me off.
You just gotta drop it from the top.
Yeah.
Like
Mustard
with
on the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, all right.
You know.
I always get
Actually,
so scared.
I'm getting requests for Parking Lot in New York
Yeah.
too.
yeah, I
You
don't.
can't mix it in with like an intro. You gotta drop it from the one.
So you just gotta stop the music, play it from the one.
Yo, Jersey
Like-
up in this bitch. Yo, new one. You know.
It's so
I've never
crazy.
said that.
You could have a
Ever.
mustard.
You should try. I mean,
You could literally have a mustard crate right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just
Again,
all mustard.
Actually, I never got rid of my mustard crate from 2000
Yeah.
to 2000s.
You
You know,
just-
or the 10s.
all hits, all bangers.
10s.
your edit submissions really quick. Let's go over those. Big shout out to everyone who threw the songs at us. I guess I don't know if that's anyway. Just gave us music. Thank you. Broadway, Bruce Briscoe, Brati La Cura. I think that's right.
wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that was challenging.
I don't know.
Should let Don Juan read that. Anything you're not unsure
Yeah.
of, just pass it
We're gonna
over.
have to call a friend here. Pigpen, FWB, and OMG
Parker.
Parker.
Oh
So
my
thank
God,
you guys.
Parker.
Off those, we had Apple. I like the Pigpen Sunrise edit, so I'm gonna pick that. Man Eater, the Beatzilla Bossa Nova. Oh yeah, shout out to Bossa Nova. I didn't add him to that list. Bossa Nova also submitted, so thank you, Bossa Nova. Big shout out to him. I have that Maneater edits, and what else was I think that's all I got on that one. So, what do you guys got off the edit packs?
I like the Espresso Goes on Love Avenue blend by FWB. And then I'm gonna do an audible Memories Sunglasses at Night arcade edit.
Oh, that was dope.
Hard.
That was dope.
That was dope.
Shout out to arcade.
Yeah,
That's
good job on
fire.
that one.
Snuck in one.
Yeah, it was
on
really
you guys,
good.
but
Fuego.
yeah.
That you
Shout
can
out
find
to
on HMC.
Bob or Doug. Yeah.
I have the Maneater edit. What was the FWB?
No, that was Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to write down the editors. The Rolling in the Deep edit.
Oh yeah.
Which one was that one?
I had
did
that
that
down,
one? I want to say that was also
That was
Bossa Nova.
Yeah, let me see real quick. You got keep going.
And Walking on a Dream.
Yeah, that
You didn't write down any artists?
Are you looking at me? I know. Rolling in Deep is Bossa Nova. Walking on Dreams Bossa Nova. So you really like Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova.
Big shout out to Bossa
Yeah,
Nova.
shout out
And
to
I have
Alex.
one more. The King Kunta Positive Force Kendrick Lamar FWB edit.
Nice.
Cool. Does anybody?
That's A minor.
Oh, that's what we were asking. They submitted the FWB and then it said like there was 6 DJs on there and I was like,
And
we
Ease
didn't know
has really dope edits in there too.
Here, wait, just pop your face into the camera really quick.
he exists.
Just so you
Yeah,
they
just
know that
pop
we're
in,
just
yeah.
not
Talking to.
A minor.
A minor.
June, you
Okay.
can pop your face in the.
Come on.
Shout out to June Cash.
It's gonna. He's
There
on the other
he
side.
is.
Yeah. So
There
these
you
guys
go.
really do exist.
Yeah, they're
We're
not
just like-
imaginary.
Yeah.
It's not scratching,
They're
making different
actual
voices.
people.
Yeah. So thank you guys for submitting the edits. You can sign up for Headliner Music Club. Those will all be in there when Scratchy wants to do
Yeah,
it.
and we'll give away a code at the end.
Yeah, well,
Shout out
oh
to
yeah, the
Scratchy.
code is ear space buds. You get 50% off your first month. And if you would like to submit your edits, you can do so at earbuds, just one word, at Headliner Music Club. Just do us a favor and like make sure the things are not password protected and they're kind of
We're on
labeled.
Dropbox.
Dropbox links work.
And just DM it to Jersey.
Don't send us your whole catalog. Just send us like 5.
Just DM
that are-
Jersey. That's it.
Yeah, don't DM me. Just make it easy because we have to go through every single one. We actually listen to them all, so it make it a lot easier if you don't password protect these things and label it like with your name properly. That's just a little
Nice and easy.
Yeah. So thank you for submitting them, and we're looking forward to next month. Okay, let's go sneaky slappers real quick. This was a fun one, Hollywood edition. We're in LA, sweating our balls off, and we are
How many
here.
sneaky slappers are we doing?
Well, sneaky slappers. No, it was no. The other one was the
One's to
scenario.
watch.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
one's to
Oh,
watch.
it's a scenario.
Dude, we
Yeah.
have other segments. We have
It's really
so many
hot in
segments.
here, and I'm
I
like,
know.
my
I'm
brain's
Starting to
fried.
lose it. Everybody's getting
My
it.
back is completely like sweaty on this couch, so I'm sorry. It's just really hot in here today. All right, so sneaky slappers, Hollywood movie edition. We wanted to do what songs you're playing in a nightclub that have like they come from a movie soundtrack. So I'm gonna let Neil start this one off.
Mio Jackson.
Okay.
Remember
Now,
Twitch?
you brought that. Yeah, you brought that from the past. I did an obvious one, Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's low hanging fruit. That
Yeah,
movie
I know,
just came
I
out,
know.
man. That movie. It's not like
It just came out. Wayne's World.
Oh, you took it from Wayne's. I thought you were talking about the. Okay, no. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I was talking about the
Wow.
movie came out. The new movie.
He wasn't
came
thinking
out.
about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
the
he was
movie.
thinking
Yeah,
about
I
the
thought you
movie.
were covering that.
He was thinking about
Wow.
Wayne's World.
Oh, like
Disrespect.
Wayne's World.
No, I thought you were just. But still, like, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Bodyguard soundtrack.
You don't
Yeah.
do that mix into Soulja Boy, do you?
Oh my god!
Thank
no,
God.
no.
I want to hear that.
Oh man,
Dude,
Now
it's a
I'm
good
trying
one.
to do
Like
that.
one of our homies did it, like, and then it's been
there's like
all
8
over.
different versions of it.
Oh yeah, no. I just play that shit. And then like the next song is just gonna be some
You're
sort
gonna
of
do
big
like, and
song.
I will always love you.
Scratchy, clip that.
Yeah, we got that right.
Got our first promo clip right here. And I'm gonna butcher this one. I'm not even gonna say the name. Let It Go, Frozen.
Oh my
Play that in a
god.
club?
You don't?
I mean, Scratchy would be really happy. He
Oh my
loves
god.
Frozen.
You have to. Really?
No, I'm dead serious. You really play that?
I'm being dead serious.
Wow.
This
You
is gonna
play
be
Let
a
It Go
dead
in a
serious standoff.
But now I'm gonna add it.
You can.
You really?
Look at him too. He doesn't
No,
play it either.
I'm
Why are you
surprised
looking at
you
me?
don't. You go to Disneyland like.
I did play.
I don't play the
I bet
Disney
you
soundtrack.
came
And
from
it does
Disneyland
get pretty
to
cold
record
in
this.
Chicago. So,
Yeah, I
you know?
mean, yeah. What?
Frozen.
Really?
What, you drop it on the one? What?
Please DM this man and tell him to play this.
Allie, get on
Yeah,
your
I-
dog.
yeah. No, that was,
oh my god.
You play the whole thing, or just the verse?
Just let it ride. Everyone knows the words to that song.
Not
Except
denying
me.
that everyone
That's gotta
knows the
be
word.
like end of the night, like close to end of the
Yeah,
night,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
when everyone's drunk.
Or
your
play it in the peak.
I
You
gotta
get rebooked
see
at a lot of
this.
places.
I
wanna see this.
I've done Can't Stop Me Now in peak.
I think
That's
that's
true.
different.
I just
yeah.
I just throw
Yeah,
it
I
in
mean
there.
that's
like,
like, yeah, that's
I've never
trending.
heard Let It Go at a club.
you just gotta throw it in there and you just stand there like fight.
That's some
me.
shit I would do too. So,
You've
nah,
seen it?
props to Neil, man. Like,
Is it an East Coast thing?
Scratchy told me to close my legs.
Yeah.
Kids, or they were just young enough, they haven't hit them.
Yeah.
So like they got kids beaten to their brain.
Oh my
The
god.
kids-
And
the
they
kids-
were like an older kid when it came out, and they're just now starting to get out.
So it's just it's gradually getting.
that time.
But
Yeah.
that, yeah,
That's,
You just throw it in there and just like stare at people like fight me.
that could be
Oh,
like
what you
bringing
do?
up
What
old
you do?
have a
trauma.
What do you
great-
do? Like overconfident. That's
probably not the
You gotta have a great relationship with the the venue and the promoter. And
Yeah, I mean,
everything
you gotta-
has
yeah,
to
You
be
go
in
from
sync.
Boss Mandilo into Let It Go into We Found Love.
But yo,
you're good.
That
You're
shit,
good.
that type of that style DJing is trending right now.
Yeah.
man. Like
It's just
hashtag-
random.
what
Shuffle.
Disney hits.
No, it's like shuffle DJ.
hashtag book amateur DJs. I swear, look it up. It's
Wow.
crazy.
You just
Is that? I'm guessing that's. I hope that's your last one.
what? That is my last
Okay, go
one.
ahead.
Movie soundtracks. I got All the Stars, Kendrick and SZA. That's from Black Panther.
That's a good one.
Time of Our Lives, Grease,
Oh yeah.
banger. Mamma Mia.
I love Mamma Mia.
I can't believe I didn't think of that
Mamma
one.
Mia
ABBA,
is so
Gimme
good.
Gimme.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
Mamma Mia. And Mr. Blue Sky.
What's
Elect-
Mr. Blue Sky?
Electric Light Orchestra.
Oh.
Been in a bunch of movies, but recently Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that hits.
I got a few.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Okay.
Blow your whistle.
Winnie the Pooh.
I got. All right, hold on. I got Celine Dion. My Heart Will Go On.
Banger.
That's a good one.
Shout, yeah.
I have John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. You're the one that I want.
Banger.
Yeah.
That's the Grease one. And all right, this is the curveball right here. Bobby Brown, On Our Own.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters.
yeah. That was a good one.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters soundtrack.
That's a good one. All right.
He's done. He's done.
myself.
And credibility
Damn.
is back.
I was expecting like Moana.
Yeah.
And fuck.
Nope. Just let you guys know I'm still here, man.
All right, man.
Let you know.
I can still
Text
do
him
my
next time,
thing.
man. The guy's hurt.
Yeah. Do you have any? I know this was kind of a curveball. It's hard to. I mean, that was
Rakim, the Ledge.
the ledge.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Juice.
Ledge,
Yeah,
Juice.
yeah.
I'm gonna go TV, man, because these work for me when I played them. Sanford and Son.
Oh,
I
yeah,
played
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
I played
yeah.
that. What else? The Jeffersons.
I was
That
just
worked for
saying,
me.
yeah, yeah.
The Jeffersons worked for
Coming
me.
on up or
Yeah,
Moving
yeah,
on up.
moving on. Yeah,
Moving on.
Shout out to
Moving
Stone
on.
Rock, man. I used to play that.
Yeah.
yeah, and Sam and Dave, the
yeah.
you know that old school that that
Soul
that-
Man?
So was
Soul
it Soul
Man.
Man?
Yeah.
It's two songs. Hold on, I'm
Oh,
coming.
that's
and
right.
Soul
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Hey, Minor, you're here. I just want to ask, you got any Hollywood themed songs that are something from a movie that kind of left field record?
I did it until you asked me.
Yeah. We can come back to you. See, if you
Hold that thought.
raise your hand if you got something later, but we'll come back to that.
Party Man. Prince.
Prince, Batman.
Ooh, yeah.
Party Man, yeah.
Party
That's a
Man,
great
wow.
record too.
Is that what it was called? I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
called Party Man.
Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, you could.
Separate song.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yo.
that Batman soundtrack, the original had all Prince. Yeah.
But you could go.
Jerzy,
with
I'm
that.
surprised like Ninja Rap wasn't on your list.
Vanilla Ice. I just watched Ninja Turtles 2 the other day because it was on my social feed, and I used to love that movie like as a kid. I was like, man, I just want to see if it's still good.
It's
It's
terrible.
It's really bad, but it was
Something you said before we need to touch on right now, the Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah,
Blues
yeah.
Brothers.
The whole, like,
That's
you
not
can keep going, yeah.
yeah.
That's him.
Damn.
Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last Dragon,
Yeah.
you said Barry
The
Gordy.
rhythm of the
Stevie Wonder, Upset Stomach.
the barge,
Barge,
rhythm of the
Barge.
night.
Rhythm of the Night.
Rhythm of the Night, yeah.
Willie Hutch.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, we can keep going. Like, you know, this could be a whole episode.
See, hey, I'm glad I did this because I was like questioning. I'm like Hollywood movie edition because we're in LA, and I was like, is anyone gonna get this? And then we got some good stuff out of there,
Yeah.
so I'll give
Great
it.
stuff.
I'm happy about that. Okay,
Add some to the computer.
there we go. All right, this is the main segment. Don Juan, thank you for being here with us and putting up with us for this last hour. This is your time now, man.
Nah,
So
it's an honor to be here with you gentlemen. I've known you guys for several years, and I think that it's the first time you guys are doing this live, and I feel honored that
I didn't
I was
even know you
asked
we
to
got to
come.
West
I
Coast.
usually don't wear pants on these shows, and I'm really happy that you're
Same.
here for this. Yeah. So Neil wore his best black outfit.
I just
So-
bought this. I'm like, fuck, I gotta wear pants.
Yeah. Neil can't see color, so it's just straight.
I don't
Yeah.
have to think about this. I
Yeah,
know it's
he's
And I'm in
good.
the same outfit.
It's all good. It's all
So
good.
yeah, thank you for joining us on this first live edition in the hottest city. That
Hottest
we've,
day of
Man, the
Yeah.
hottest day in LA,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Shit.
So we've talked about a little bit. You know, you work with SoundCloud, or you work for SoundCloud
So-
right now.
I'll give you a little bit of background. Like, I'm from New York, originally from New York. I grew up in Long Island, New York, and the Bronx, but I've lived pretty much in every borough. I've lived in Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, family in the Bronx. And yeah, I've been at SoundCloud. I've been here since 2020. I moved over here during the pandemic. Everybody thought I was crazy. But then I got a call from my good friend Manny Toro. And
You're like, I thought he was crazy.
he thought I was crazy. I got a good call from my friend Manny Toro, and he asked me if I'd be interested in coming to work at SoundCloud. And he had a situation, basically programming radio. So SoundCloud has a channel on SiriusXM Radio. It's dedicated to hip hop, mostly emerging hip hop. Channel 724, I programmed that channel out, and I also have presently 2 shows on the channel. The Lookout is on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's basically we're showcasing or highlighting like new songs from established artists and emerging artists, and that show is hosted by Gabe C. Gabe C, you guys probably
Yeah,
know,
of course,
Power
yeah.
106. He worked with Justin, Sour Milk, and he also DJs for Blast.
Blast,
Yeah,
yeah.
he DJs for Blast now. Shouts to Gabe C. He's out there. He's about to be real busy with Blast right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then, that's one show. Then the FEMC show does not have a host. That's basically, we were thinking, shouts to Ron Mills over at SiriusXM. We were thinking about doing something with women in hip hop because in the last several years, I remember there was a time when hip hop was releasing, and like, let's say when Nicki Minaj came out, it was almost like no other woman could come out. And like, then Cardi came out, then okay, nobody else gets a pass. Then same thing with Megan, and like in the last 4 years, it's broken down. Like now you have women coming out of everywhere, not just the United States, abroad too. And so we decided to do a show called FEMCs. That show is on Fridays at 8 p.m. On our SoundCloud channel and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just to go back to The Lookout is a co-collaborative show with Hip Hop Nation. So that's on the Hip Hop Nation, and then the repeats on SoundCloud Radio. FEMC stands alone on SoundCloud Radio.
What is your? Sorry, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys digest that. What's your official title with SoundCloud and or you just what you kind of?
Radio programmer. I mean, it just everything. I mean, I do radio programming, so I'm radio programming, SoundCloud radio, and I'll also lead curation. So that's another part of it. That curation is something that was always done externally from SoundCloud, and then we were able to bring it in-house, and I was able to. Another thing Manny Toro told me is like, yo, please bring this internally. And so by the end of 2022 into 23, we made curation be in SoundCloud. And so I oversee a team of like about 12 great, awesome people who they do curation across all genres, whether it's like EDM, dance, pop, indie, rock, country, Latin, everything. And the hip hop, I oversee myself, of course, because I'm a bit of, you know what I mean? Like I want to be on top of that because it's very much a part of my radio show and the channel.
What markets for SoundCloud? I mean, are there certain markets that you guys watch, saying if things are bubbling? If you know, like, hey, I think maybe coming from, for the Midwest, we would always be like, all right, what's big in LA right now? What's big in New York? What's big? In Chicago it's a big market, but it also has a lot of influence from both coasts that come right because we're right in the center. Yeah. Are there certain markets that you guys or you like to watch and say, hey, like, Detroit is doing stuff and the Texas and like what's like a city that what are like I guess the most influential cities musically that you guys are seeing right now?
I think it's vast as it's everywhere these days. I don't think that it's one thing. I think that I know where you're coming from saying like I know that growing up in New York we always want to know, okay, yo, we're gonna go to LA, what's cracking, what's hot in LA, like, or if I'm gonna go to Chicago, yo, what's real hot in Chicago? I think right now music is coming from everywhere. Yeah. I think it's just coming. The emerging hip hop, I have about 50 releases every week. Wow. And it's probably of people you probably never heard of, but I mean some of these people that you probably know who they are now. I would say Babytron. Babytron is like, I love using him as an example because he just released a single with Big Sean and Eminem. Right. And if you listen to that song, and I would ask everyone to listen to that song, that kid held himself against two guys that's been in this game for a very long time. Yeah. I had to listen to that song over like 10 times when it released. Wow. But then you have like, we were talking about before, Boss Man D-Lo, you know what I mean? Like, you guys know
I thought he was from Texas.
Not.
Yeah,
everybody. Everybody Florida, thinks he's from Boston Richie. Yeah, another one.
That's what we were just talking about. Yeah,
Lud Tyler. Lud Tyler. This kid, Lud Tyler. I don't know if you guys have heard of Lud Tyler, but Lud Tyler is like that kid is a young kid coming out of Florida. Seems to be right now that there's a lot coming from like
Ian too. Where's Ian from?
Ian's from Atlanta.
He's Atlanta.
So
okay.
Yeah, Ian's another one that's like when I always like doing a lot of research, and the internet, you're gonna see a lot of stuff that's gonna come across, so you could be able to like read more and find out. Ian's the kid that the reason that he came into my realm, like I was looking into what he was doing, was because I saw a funny picture of him. Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is this kid? Like literally, like I was like, who is this kid? And then I started hearing the music, and then he had the Magic Johnson, which is hard, and then he got the co-sign from
Holiday.
Yachty.
Yeah, Yachty. Yachty
just got signed to QC, right?
Yeah. I think he is.
Yeah. Actually, we got a correction though. His origin is actually Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay, but he resides now in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Now he resides in Atlanta. I think it was one of these things like where if you went to go look where Post Malone's from, upstate New York. Yeah. He's not from Texas, but he resides in Texas.
Technicality says that it's New York.
Well, I think it's like also as you're coming up where your influences are coming from, and it's not necessarily you could have been born in whatever place, but you were raised in a certain area, and I feel like that's a different, like you were saying, like he could have been born in what city did you say, whatever, but he's raised in Atlanta.
You have different things happening in different parts. Like you have like in Atlanta, I know the underground scene is huge. That's what Ian's kind of part of. That whole movement there. Like, and then you have like the New York drill in New York, where it's like now New York drill, sexy drill. Yeah. But you also have in Jersey, you have the Jersey Club. Right. That's like, what I mean. Shouts to B-Jax, little homeboy from Jersey, dope kid. Really put in that work. He hangs out with Cash Cobain and all of them. They all know him. It's a white kid. He's
What?
fucking nasty.
Beat Jax.
B Jax. His
B-Jax?
name is B
B-Jax.
Jax. So look out for him. The kid, he's crazy with it. He came to visit us at the office, and he was like, "Yo, you know I could really rap, right?" Like, and he started doing like real hip hop, like a real hip hop.
Oh,
beat.
like
yo,
wow,
like
some backpack shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, like that. I was like, bro, what made you do that? He was like, somebody told me I can't do it, so I did it. So there's a lot. I mean, it's vast where you're finding a lot of the talent. It's coming from everywhere. You know, it's just some of these artists are taking it upon themselves to make sure that they're doing their homework and making sure that they're coming across. Some artists not putting in that work, and you can tell.
Right.
I noticed that when you were talking about the different genres and different trends of like, hey, this is a subgenre of drill and all these other things. Are you seeing what are the current trends you're starting to see in maybe streaming platforms? Is it, is there a certain type of, is R&B making a comeback? Is it, or is it EDM? Is it rock, indie rock coming back? Because I feel like you guys can see those things on the back end going like, yo, anything that has this type of subgenre, or, a piano is another genre we're talking about, or Afro house. Are there certain trends that you see that right now are bubbling up in music?
Well, at SoundCloud, we have a team, and they're always looking into those type of things, like to see what is coming up next, whether it's, let's focus. We have this program called Scenes, and we've done one that focused on like LA R&B only. And it was basically, we put together, it was a couple of days of a shoot, brought in artists from LA area, and it was like an R&B thing that we did. We did one with Afro beats, as well. We've done that with Jerzy Club. We have a team that goes and looks to see what could be the next thing that's coming up.
But is it
Like
based off of
scouts.
analytics, or is
It's
it
based off of analytics, yeah. It's based off of analytics. It's based off of like users on the platform.
Yeah.
They'll tell you the story is always there because of the usership.
Well, SoundCloud's always had like the countries and all that breakdown. Right,
we
for the
do
artists,
have a
yeah.
breakdown. We're able to see, what is like bubbling. Like, what are our listeners like? Let's say in Brazil listening
Yeah.
to, or like outside, or in the UK, or in Berlin. Like, what are you listening to?
Are you seeing any trends right now? Have you come
I mean,
across? Are they
to
bringing
me,
that in your meetings?
Sorry,
I don't know.
No, it's all good. The sexy
Yeah.
drill to me was the thing, because when I first had the term sexy drill thrown at me, it was by Sycamore. Shouts to Sycamore out in New York, LA guy too. He's the one that told me sexy drill is where we're gonna go with this, because we want to make sure that these artists don't talk about the violence. They don't want to glorify violence. Like, even though it's attached to the New York drill, this right here was something that was catered more towards ladies. And you guys all being DJs, you guys understand, if you play for the ladies, everybody else will come. Yeah, exactly. So that was the big one to me, the sexy drill.
What are some of the biggest genres that I guess that that you can speak on that move the needle on SoundCloud, or what are
the number one genre in SoundCloud is hip hop. In the United States, it's hip hop.
Wow.
It does not stop. And I think it's just all the users that are like leaned into the platform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have a guy like Denzel Curry out of Miami, you know, and when I sat down with him and we were talking, I was like, what does SoundCloud mean to you?
Yeah.
And he went went like 20 minutes. Like, let me tell you what this means to me. And I just feel like with SoundCloud, we break artists. I always say this, like, there's a lot of DSPs out there, right? But at SoundCloud, we've broken music, we are breaking music, and we continue breaking music in the future. And we've done that with the artists as well. We've broken artists, breaking artists, we'll continue breaking artists.
So just to clarify though, just for our listeners, DSPs are SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah, it's Tidal.
digital service providers?
Yeah, digital service provider. This guy. He's like, I'm out. I'm
First
leaving.
it was the Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
DSP,
he's
going 2 for 2 right now.
2 for 2, but there is still
See that, Jim? Yeah.
So
blow my whistle. We won't forget that. We will never forget
and the
that
buttery
one.
We gotta edit that one out.
or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, it's people don't think that YouTube is a DSP.
Yeah.
YouTube is a DSP. But the majors,
Audio Mac.
Audio Mac is one.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Tidal.
Yeah. All that.
Bunch. There's a bunch out there.
What
Yeah.
would you saying, to go off of your saying hip hop is the biggest genre, would you say that the SoundCloud rap, is that a negative stigma still on that genre? Like, do people say, like, when you hear people, sometimes they go, hey, that's just SoundCloud rap, it's not real.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take it seriously? Or is there like, do you guys take offense to that as well? Is it kind of like,
I try to correct people when I hear the term, because I know the term association, it's always like, unfortunately, we've had some artists in the music industry that have met, they're unfortunate. And, Juice WRLD, Lil Peep, these are all artists that
blew up.
yeah,
Also.
Extension, like the artists that started on SoundCloud and then they passed away. I always correct people, like, when somebody says what's SoundCloud rap, like, tell me what SoundCloud rap is.
Right.
Because I've heard of a million other artists that are using the platform. And I would say maybe Post Malone being the biggest one. When I first heard Post Malone, that White Iverson, that was on SoundCloud, man.
yeah.
That was SoundCloud.
Crazy.
And, it just goes to show, like, we try to get away from that, because I think there's so much hip hop that's come out past those artists. I know that the negative was always attached. And so we do everything possible to be like, nah, man, this is like all in. It's not just for hip hop, it's for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, that type of platform is
Platform
not,
to like
everything,
just showcase new talent. new
Yeah,
artists.
it gives it an
Exactly.
opportunity for the independent artist. I feel like,
mean,
there's been a lot of artists that weren't rappers that my friends have sent me that later on became huge. Like Rolling in the Deep actually was one of my friends that had showed it to me a long time ago, and it was who did the remix of it that was really big? Not
Rolling
XX. It was
I thought it was
Jamie X.
Jamie XX.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
That was
I
the big
knew,
one.
I knew about that on SoundCloud. I didn't
Yeah.
know about that on anything else. And then,
But you have
it
artists that
became
artists
did.
like Billie Eilish. We just did something with Billie Eilish earlier this year where it showed her growth from like being somebody independent coming up to where she's at right now. That was a great story to tell because Billie Eilish has been with us from her very beginning.
Yeah.
Another guy that I found on SoundCloud, I didn't find him on any other DSP, was Bad Bunny. When Bad Bunny first came across and I heard about who he was, it was the funniest thing. I was looking at social media and I saw it was the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team was partying on a plane. And they put this song on, and everybody's singing it, and everybody's going crazy in the plane. And I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Wow.
So then I go do my work, and I'm like, "Bad Bunny." Go in, see him on SoundCloud, see the YouTube videos. This guy's performing in Europe, shutting shit down, way before he even got to here. So that's another artist that I always felt got to start at SoundCloud. You know what I mean? We're a place where we break artists. You know what I mean?
So my question was going to be, would you still consider SoundCloud as still a viable way to get discovered?
A very much so, because I think that I don't know the mechanics on how everything breaks down, but for an emerging artist, I believe that you get more to posting your song on SoundCloud. You're getting paid directly, more so than you are getting through any of these other DSPs. That some of these other DSPs, you have to have a certain amount of listenership before you can even start seeing any money. SoundCloud,
Like
as
off
an
the bat.
emerging artist, you could put the thing up and put your song up and 100 plays, 200 plays, 300, you could grow that. You know what I mean? I always tell that to artists. You could go to another DSP. You're supposed to. As an artist, you should want to be on every DSP.
You want to be on everything.
However, SoundCloud, like I said, like for me as an emerging artist, I would worry about SoundCloud and getting my stuff there first before going to the other bigger ones, because you're gonna get lost in the sauce with the bigger ones.
Yep.
So,
Would you say, and I think this is just a topic that most people have kind of I've thought about it a lot, but I started out in radio. I've been in radio for 17 years, and just regular, terrestrial radio. There was always gatekeepers in the industry, and people may not be aware, but like there was, in order to get your song heard into certain things, you have to jump over a few hurdles to get to that point. It's a good thing, but it's a bad thing because the gatekeepers are gone. Now you're just flooding people with music, and I think as a DJ, you start to experience, hey, like, what are you listening to? Well, now these genres we never even knew existed because people are exposed to them through DSPs. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of see that because the gatekeeping is no longer there and it's just kind of free for everybody to put stuff out, it could also have a negative impact in the music industry because there is too much, there's nobody like filtering stuff, and now it's like songs are coming through, they're like, oh, this is a big song. It's like, no, it's really not a good record. There's no substance to it. It doesn't hold anything, but maybe the beat's good or something like that. And I think we kind of experienced that way back in the day, certain things, but now it's just like, and also the longevity of records. Like, the records used to last, hey, these are the records we're playing. That would be for a whole year, 2 years. Now it's like, yeah, that song was hot, but that was last week. It's not, you got to get on this new one. And I think even some of the stuff that we talk about on the show, we're like, hey, that's part of the reason why we did the podcast was mainly to stay up on what's coming out and kind of a roundtable discussion of going like, are you playing that record? Is this good? And things like that. The elimination of gatekeepers and allowing Spotify to speak on this is a great platform for people to experience new music, but it's also flooded it too much. Do you see that, or what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, some people will look at it from that perspective that it might be oversaturated to a degree. You know what I mean? As far as gatekeeping, I don't know that there's a lot of gatekeeping right now. I think
as I'm saying, it's like eliminated.
Yeah, it's open. But I mean, like,
I feel like the labels before almost used to tell us like, you got to play this record, and this is the record that, and then all of a sudden it's on, the charts, it's on TV shows, and all of a sudden that song becomes a pop single. Mm-hmm. You don't need that anymore.
Right now you have a balance that's going on. Like most people don't know about it because you're not really like reading into it. But I mean, DSP versus terrestrial radio. I mean, you've been in radio for a while. You've seen the changes that have come.
It's crazy.
And there's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of shifting going on within the music industry right now, whether it's at a label, whether it's DSP or terrestrial radio. DSPs are kind of they're running the table right now to a degree, more so than terrestrial radio. So radio's
kind of looking at DSPs, what's trending on that first, and then radio's going to go, hey, we're going to do this. Is it still important for an artist to be on terrestrial radio, or would you say put more of their eggs in that?
I think the focus more is towards DSPs, and I can tell you how I know this. I've had the pleasure as a DJ, because I came into this situation as a DJ, so I've had the opportunity to work at labels. I worked at TVT Records. I worked at Polo Grounds Music J Records. I've Def Jam. Like, I've worked a lot of artists in music and stuff like that. I remember radio departments being huge. Yeah, they were huge.
Big budgets.
Expense, a lot going on right now. And then within the last several years, what I've seen is that the radio departments are becoming less of a thing, but DSPs departments and at labels are flourishing. Yeah. You could have like a bunch of people here, and it's a sign of the times. What drives terrestrial radio? Listeners, yes. Advertisement. And when people are seeing that maybe listenership is down on the terrestrial radio, and then they're saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to take my advertisement dollars and go over here because more people are over here than over here. You're seeing a shift. So that's why you're probably not seeing much of a gatekeeping right now, because there's a lot of changes going on.
For somebody who so I've released a couple records a long time ago, and the gatekeeping that you guys are talking about with like terrestrial radio, with program directors and stuff.
They were telling us what to listen to.
Yeah. The gatekeeping there is gatekeeping on DSPs, but it just looks different than it does on radio. So if you're like releasing music, the idea is you can release it and you can put it on a bunch of playlists. You can pay for it. You can do whatever you want.
Be on a playlist.
But the real goal is and this is just for listeners that are actually putting out music and remixes and stuff. The goal is to try and get them editorial playlists.
Yeah.
And the editorial playlists are the people that work within that DSP. And those editorial playlists are the ones that really count. I mean, I'm not discrediting anybody's playlist, because you just put up some cool ones, and I follow some that nobody really even knows about. Yeah,
there's a couple of playlists that can make an impact on releases too, though. That's not editorial.
True.
With like couple, like 500,000 followers, couple 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, there are some of those, but the editorial playlists, those are the ones that are front page. Those are like, think about this in a magazine. If you were on, page 36 of Vogue, you got some looks. But if you were within the first 5%, and that's usually editorial will take care of that, you get the most looks, and you get the most clicks, you get the most listens, you get the most everything. It'll jump your track.
How would someone get on those playlists?
And that is where you have to know you have to know those editors within that DSP. But
is it like,
and a lot of the major labels also
they have
control.
partnerships.
Yeah,
they have partnerships. Like, let's be honest. Like, the DSPs have partnerships with the majors.
Yeah.
With indies.
Yeah.
And they're shooting out there. Whatever it is that their priorities are. Like, I'm gonna shoot these out, and then
they're being worked like radio.
Exactly. Exactly. It's radio, but now it's like a different way. It's not so much the terrestrial way of doing it, but now getting it. Let's say onto Hot 97 in New York. I remember when getting your music on Hot 97 or Power 106, it was like, yo, if I'm on there, it's all good. Now it's just like, nah, because I'm getting a plaque from whatever company for streams.
Yeah.
It's changed.
Yeah.
The whole thing is changing. And to me, I always will say this because I'm proud to say it because I come from the space, but as a DJ, the people who continue to break the music,
the DJs,
us, we do that. Jerzy,
of course.
Blow my whistle.
But DJs continue to be that. He's never gonna let that go.
Mr. Blow my whistle over here.
But DJs, to me, you continue to be that. Like, I will always say that DJs, we got DSPs and we got terrestrial radio still, but DJs doing venues and doing spots is what still breaks music to me. If they hear you playing, somebody's gonna hear you playing it. Yeah, we got a way to hear it on the DSP and hearing it on the radio, but it's just sometimes a different way of, like, with DJs in a nightclub or in a venue or at an event. You know what I mean?
DJ still being a tastemaker is really important, crucial.
Fuck yeah, man. DJs, it starts and it ends with the DJ, man. I will always say that.
Hey, Scratchy, can you clip that? Just make sure people hear that. Where do you see the future of, like, streaming going and SoundCloud? And, with that being said, where do you see that this whole lane kind of, what's the next step into this whole thing?
Right now we're continuing to build. I think that, one thing that I love about what SoundCloud does right now is this partnership that we have with SiriusXM. You know what I mean? Where we're doing a collaborative show right now with Hip Hop Nation. Hip Hop Nation has been around for many, many years. It's one of the places to go to. You got Shade 45, you got Hip Hop Nation, Rock the Bells, you know what I mean? But, like,
it's kind of a full circle moment because you kind of took radio away, but now you're going back to radio.
Back to it, But I think that the partnership that we have right now, I can tell you right now, the Lookout Radio, I'm able to break artists that would never get a chance to get played on terrestrial radio. Every week, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put an artist like, let's say, Big Sean's gonna drop a song, so it's gonna be added to there too. Yeah. But I'm able to, use another artist that nobody's ever heard of to maybe perhaps, like I did it with Lexa Gates. Lexa Gates, the young lady I told you about, I'm featuring her because I see something in her. And when I saw her perform, I brought Gabe C with me. I said, Gabe, what do you think? He's like, yo, this girl's she's got something. You know what I mean? I think doing more things like that, I think with us and being able to do with, who's to know, maybe in the future we're doing something with EDM on SiriusXM. Yeah. Trying to grow in that way. Maybe doing what country, SoundCloud channel, something. I think that's my vision of growth.
Well, speaking of electronic music, we were on, Eric and I got our show on Diplo's Revolution.
Exactly.
So, and we, on our show, we like to try and break artists or just play the newest songs, remixes.
Yeah.
So same thing with, the hip hop end of,
SoundCloud.
Yeah. I think it's a great, to me, way of being able to grow. You know what I mean? I think that's what I see. I think if I had to make a recommendation, it would be for us to be able to grow in the industry. I think artist development has to be more of a thing too.
Yeah.
I think it's getting lost. That's the problem we have right now, is that artist development is not growing. I think that artists are being given opportunities, and when you give that artist the opportunity, they're fumbling the opportunity.
Yeah.
And you know that being in the music industry, if you don't seize the opportunity, we're on to the next thing, man. Like, we're not gonna wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, things happen in a window. And I use Kendrick. The single that he released, bomb, crazy single. But after Labor Day, I think now you start looking for other things. People are looking for what's the next hot song coming in September, October. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So a lot on the horizon for SoundCloud and DSPs.
Oh,
and
yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I mean, we're here. We're continuing to grow. We're doing a lot. I think we're working with artists too. And we want to continue building on that.
Awesome. You got anything else?
Nope.
You?
How do we get verified on SoundCloud?
Hey.
I got you. We'll work on that.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this with us. Everybody,
That was very
DJ,
insightful. Yeah, that was amazing.
DJ Don Juan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you to these guys for having me on their first live.
We're sorry to make you
Live.
suffer through the
I
heat.
mean, cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it feels good. But
Nipples are at half sweat.
how many times did we say nipples on this episode?
Well, we said butthole a bunch of times.
That was the last
episode.
one. That was taint and butthole.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
man.
That we're deep. Okay.
Make sure you guys tune in,
Hey.
man. Tune in.
All right. Make sure you guys send your edits, earbuds at headlinermusicclub.com. We'll shout you out on the next episode. And
follow this man. He also posts like all the emerging artists on his Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, put your- text on there.
DJ Don Juan for life on Instagram,
Don
X,
for
Facebook,
life?
everything.
For
For life.
Number 4.
Number 4, LIFE.
life.
And then
Thank you.
thank you, Scratchy,
Thank you, Scratchy.
for being here.
And
A
also,
round of
don't
applause for
forget,
Scratch.
Fade, 3 tracks out this Friday, so it's out already. Go stream on all digital platforms, especially SoundCloud.
And thank you to June, our strip club expert.
Oh, the pizza
yeah.
never came. Fuck, he didn't make his cameo.
And then,
Fuck.
and then and A minor for also the support on this episode, and James for clipping everything that you clip for us and putting up with us. And then don't forget, we also have a playlist on Spotify. It's so all the songs that we talk about.
But we need to do that on
Yeah, we're gonna work on
SoundCloud
getting
now.
one on SoundCloud too,
We were
man.
talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
never
work-
do that. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
We're
But I'm
gonna
excited
work-
that we're gonna do
We have a
this.
side chat.
This is-
Side chat.
We
that
don't
you're
talk,
not in.
because nobody talks to me.
Yeah.
Because they
And
like
you guys-
surprising you, Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I love-
surprise, motherfucker.
Love surprises. Thank you guys. And then 5, you got a playlist?
Huh?
You still got a playlist?
Do I?
He's like, I put my phone away. I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
I have so many fucking playlists. But yes, we have a playlist on Headliner Music Club. It's DJ 5's weekly playlist. And
You have a podcast called Fourth Meal.
I have a podcast called Fourth Meal with Eric Deluxe. Right
Just
now, it's a
hold it.
monthly podcast, I think it's looking like. And
It's good. I just heard the last episode. It was great with Mac J. That was great.
Mac J was a great episode. man.
Cool. So that's all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys, or hear you guys, or no, you'll hear us next month, and that will be our 12th. That would be a full year.
Oh,
Wow.
we had to
Yeah.
throw.
This
we
took a
gotta
lot of
throw
work.
something.
I don't want to
Yeah.
start planning next one,
Yeah,
but
I'm
this
not
is
flying
Next one in New
anywhere.
York?
Yeah, I mean,
I just got to make one recommendation. If these guys are DJing any venues around your way, please go. These guys are awesome
we
DJs.
know a couple things here and there.
You guys want to hear a dirty bit?
You want to hear Let It Go?
Dirty bit.
I don't know. That's
Dirty bit and let it go. I'm your man.
cool. Thank you guys.
Peace.